Welcome back after that short advert break. Let us continue with our lesson. All right, so here at question number 2, I said study the tax table on tax threshold and answer the question that follows. Right, so here we have our tax threshold. We have our age given to us here, under 65. Then the tax year is 2023, 2024. So if you're under 65, the tax threshold will be 91,250 rand, right? 65 and older, then the tax threshold will be 141,250 rand. Then 75 and older, tax threshold is 157,900 rand. Now, what is the tax threshold again? Remember, what are we saying here? So we are saying, for example, if you are younger than 65 years old and you earn less than 91,250 rand per year, it means that you don't have to pay tax, right? You are exempted from paying tax. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Number 2A says, how old do you have to be to qualify for the tax threshold of 141,250 rand? So we are looking at this one here. Okay, so that simply means that you have to be 65 years and older, right? So if you're 65 years and older, you qualify for this tax threshold of 141,250 rand. Okay, let us look at question number B. So here we are saying, Sean is 23 years old and works as a security guard. He earns 5,500 rand per month. Does he qualify to pay tax? Explain your answer by showing all your calculations. Right, so here what's important is 23 years old, right? Then also his monthly income is 5,500 rand. That's what we will need to answer this question. Okay, so let's quickly answer this. So what will I say first of all? Right, remember when we work with tax, we work with annual values. So therefore I'll take the 5,500 and I will multiply that by 12 to see what his annual income is, right? So 5,500 multiplied by 12, that will give us 66,000 rand per annum. So this is what he'll earn per year, right? Remember, he is 23 years old, so that means he's under 65, no, younger than 65 years old. So we can clearly see that he is definitely below the tax threshold of 91,250 rand. So the question is, does he qualify to pay tax? We have to conclude, no. So therefore I'll say no. And what is the reason? Right? Because his income is lower than our tax threshold. Are we clear on that? So I said no. You don't have to pay tax. Why? Because his income is lower than the tax threshold. Guys, I hope that's clear to all of you. Let us continue with our lesson. Next question, number 3. I'm saying Mr. Van Rooyen is 66 years old, right? And he's the managing director of HS Trading. He contributes monthly to a medical scheme for himself, right? His wife and their 2 children. Okay, so we are now moving, we are done with our tax rebates. We've looked at that, okay? We are at this section of our tax table now. Can you see it says here medical aid tax credit? And please note, this is monthly values that's indicated here. Are we clear on that? Okay, so meaning if I have to interpret this, it says the taxpayer itself, if he or she belongs to a medical aid scheme, will get a discount of 310 rand, basically a discount, right, per month. Okay, first dependent, if it's a man, obviously that will be his wife, will get also the same amount of 310 rand. And then each additional dependent, that becomes now the children, will get a 265 rand discount. Now let me quickly explain something else as well, whilst we're busy with this. Say for example, it's the husband, right? But his wife died. Automatically, one of his children will then become the first dependent. Are we clear on that? And therefore will also qualify for the 310 rand. I hope that's clear to all of you. Okay, guys, let's quickly look at our first question. 3A says, identify the rebates for which Mr. Van Rooyen qualifies. Now let's quickly check his age again. Here we see he's 66 years old, right? Okay, so 66 years old. So if you look at the rebates, that means he will qualify for the primary rebate, right? Indicate that. As well as for the secondary rebate. We agree on that? Okay, so can you see? We spoke about this. We said all taxpayers qualify for the primary rebate, and then 65 years and older, you also qualify then for your secondary rebate. Okay. Our next question. Calculate Mr. van Rooyen's annual medical aid tax credit. And again, can you see the word annual, right? Very important to note here. So now we're here back at our medical aid tax credit. Remember, we have Mr. van Rooyen. Okay, so I'll indicate it as Mr. van Rooyen. So Mr. van Rooyen per month will get medical aid tax credit of 310 Rand. We also indicated that Mr. van Rooyen is married. So his wife, right, becomes now the first dependent. 310 Rand for her as well as a medical aid tax credit. Then we've indicated they have 2 children, right? So child number 1 will be 265 Rand, medical aid tax credit. And then we have child number 2, also 265 Rand. So I'm going to add all my monthly values, right? So I'll type in 310 plus 310 plus 265 plus 265. So per month, Mr. van Rooyen will get this medical aid tax credit of 1,150 Rand. But since we want to know what is the annual medical aid tax credit, I'll have to take this monthly annual tax credit and multiply that by 12. So therefore, I say 1,150 multiply by your 12 months. Okay, so multiply by 12. So that means that he will get 13,800 Rand discount basically as a medical aid tax credit, since Mr. van Rooyen and his family belongs to a medical aid fund. Okay, guys, I hope all of this makes sense. Please remember that we've broke this up into certain sections. We've looked at the tax rebates, we looked at the taxable income, we've looked at the medical aid tax credit. But remember, all of this we'll put into one sum, right? So you will have to apply all of this into one sum. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this lesson and that you've learned something. I hope also to see you next time. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye.